I am 82 years old, and I am staring at a box of trash. That's what it looks like to the untrained eye. Just a battered cardboard file box, the flaps bent and torn, covered in a layer of gray dust so thick I could write my name in it with my finger. But I don't write my name. I just sit here in this leather chair that cost more than my first car, and I stare at the crayon letters scrawled on the side. They spell out, "For Dad." The air in this penthouse is sterile, filtered, and cold. It smells of ozone and old paper and the dried glue on that box. My hands are trembling, the liver spots dancing on the back of them as I reach out. I don't open it. I can't. Not yet. Because I know what's inside. I know that this box isn't a gift. It's an invoice. And today, at 82, having outlived my wife and estranged my only child, the promotion I killed for finally sent the bill. It didn't just steal my weekends or my sleep. It stole her hope. It stole the little girl who used to wait by the window. And the interest on that debt? The interest is the silence that is currently crushing my chest against my ribs. Let me tell you about the man I was when I started building this tomb. I was 38. I was invincible. I was stupid. I believed the oldest lie in the book, the one they print on business cards and engrave on gold watches. Time is currency. I thought if I hoarded enough cash, I could buy back presents. I thought love was a transaction. I'd roar into those promotions like a king taking a throne. I traded bedtime stories for boardroom victories, convincing myself that Lily, my little girl, understood. I told myself, Daddy's building a future. I'd sweep her up onto my lap when I finally stumbled through the door at midnight, reeking of expensive scotch and expensive cologne, jingling my car keys like they were trophies. I mistook her forced smiles for pride. I mistook her silence for understanding. My arrogance was a blinder. I couldn't see that while I was conquering the world, I was abandoning my own castle. Now, sitting in this sterile office where the only sound is the hum of the air conditioning, that lie curdles in my stomach like sour milk. The drawings inside this box, vibrant pictures of Daddy and me, are monuments to my delusion. I thought wealth could substitute for witnessing her first steps. I thought a trust fund was the same thing as a father. The turning point. God, it hurts to breathe when I think about it. It was her 8th grade play, a silly little production of some fairy tale. I remember the date because it was the same day we closed the merger that made me a millionaire. I was backstage, the velvet curtains heavy and dusty against my suit. I could smell the sawdust from the props and the burnt sugar of the concession stand popcorn. My phone was vibrating in my pocket, a furious buzzing against my thigh. Another call, another fire to put out. I answered it. I stepped back into the shadows, away from the light. I watched from the darkness. Lily was on stage, wearing a paper crown. She was scanning the audience. I saw her eyes. They were wide, bright, searching the rows of faces with a hope so pure it made my chest ache. She was looking for me. I raised my hand to wave, the phone still pressed to my ear, but I didn't step into the light. I took the call. I watched her shoulders slump. I watched the hope die in her eyes as she realized the seat I promised to fill was empty. She turned to her teacher, a woman named Mrs. Gable, and she mouthed one word, just one. Oh. It wasn't angry. It wasn't sad. It was just resigned. It was the sound of a little girl learning not to expect me anymore. When I got home that night, late again, I found a piece of paper slid under my office door. A crayon drawing, just Lily, alone on a swing. The sky was scribbled gray. No dad, no house. Just her small back, radiating a silence louder than any scream I've ever heard. That was the moment the invoice was generated. I just didn't have the courage to look at it. Now look at me. I sit alone in a 10,000 square foot mansion. The rain is streaking the floor-to-ceiling windows, blurring the city lights into smears of neon that look like the faded crayon blues in Lily's drawings. The box is still sealed on my desk. I haven't opened it in decades. Sometimes I catch a whiff of strawberry shampoo, a phantom scent from a stray scarf I found years ago. But the room only smells of neglect. It smells of lemon polish and dust. My $1,000,000 empire feels like quicksand. Every luxury item, every crystal vase and silk rug is a taunt. They whisper to me. I trace the label on the box, my fingers brushing the dried, cracked glue. Lily is a grown woman now. She has children of her own. I see their photos sometimes, sent via text to a number I barely check. Her voicemails go unheard for days because I'm scared to hear her voice. The silence in this house isn't empty. It's heavy. It's her. She is a ghost I taught to vanish. The promotion's invoice isn't paid in cash. It's paid in the hollow echo of her absence. It's paid in the realization that I won't be at her funeral, and she won't be at mine. You think you're different? You, watching this right now, scrolling on your second screen while your kid plays on the floor. You think your hustle is temporary? Bullshit. That box in your closet, the one you're avoiding, the one with the art projects and the permission slips, it's ticking. You're not building a legacy. You're writing an apology letter your kid will never read because they'll stop writing back. Sweat equity doesn't buy back first steps. It doesn't buy back the way they smell after a bath. Stop lying to yourself. Just one more deal is the coffin nail. I drove a hearse for 30 years and called it a career. Look at your phone right now. Is your kid's face there, smiling at you? Or is it just another dollar sign? Another notification from a boss who won't remember your name 5 years after you die. That invoice is coming. It is coming for you, and the interest rates are criminal. Pay it in presents or pay it in regret. Open the box. Go home. Hug them while they still want you to. Because trust me, the silence when they stop looking for you, that's the sound of your soul going bankrupt. And you can't wire transfer your way out of hell.